can't with her. I can't. Welcome to my channel. I'm Nisi. Guys, it is finally the day of eternal sunshine. My journey of Ariana Grande, or Crash Course rather, to be honest, has been such an interesting and surprising one. If you are new here, literally like a month ago, I hardly knew anything about Ariana. I had only ever heard her big hits. I had never listened to an album of hers. Literally didn't know nothing about the girl. And my subscribers were like, girl, no, absolutely not. So literally over just the past few weeks, we've already listened to Thank You Next, Positions, Sweetener, and now finally The Eternity of Sunshine. Through these weeks, I've learned a lot about Ariana Grande, and I gotta be honest, she surprised me. I've learned that she's more than just this big pop star that makes a bunch of poppy hits. She's more than Problem and Thank You Next. She actually has a variety of different sounds, and she's actually really deep and vulnerable, and she has a story to tell in almost every song. And now she's finally given us the 7th chapter of that story, and I'm super excited to get into it. Y'all, I'm ready to jump into this. I don't want to make this a long intro, but I do have to say real quick that this is just the beginning of my Ariana journey, okay? We still have so much more to go. We still have to react to the live version of Positions, Dangerous Woman. You guys have wanted me to react to some of her other older albums as well, music videos, anything else that she comes out with in this era, like a lot. We've hardly scratched the Ariana surface. So if you like me and if you like my reaction today, and if you want to be a part of my Ariana journey, please consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking around. We'd love to have you join the family. All right, y'all, Eternal Sunshine. Let's get it. All right, guys, so we have 13 tracks on this project. Obviously, the only one that we've heard is Yes and, so everything else will be completely new to us. As you guys know, I'm gonna pull up the lyrics for all these songs because I'm slow and I have to follow along to something, and also y'all know that I love to break stuff down and things like that. All right, guys, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay? Why am I scared? Oh my God, I'm coming undone already. Why are y'all scared? Why am I scared? I mean, sorry. I don't know what's going on. All right, listen, y'all. Let's just go ahead and get into this. It's the first song, intro, parentheses, end of the world. Let's get it. That was giving Alien. It actually was giving end of the world. Oh, I'm so scared. What'd I say? It's always strings on the intro, I swear.
How can I tell if I'm in the right relationship?
Oh, girl.
Aren't you really supposed to know that shit? Feel it in your bones and own that shit. I don't know. Wonder if he's judging me like I am right now. I don't care.
Oh, come on.
I'd rather tell the truth than make it worse for you. If the sun refused to shine.
Oh, come on.
Baby, would I still be your lover? Would you want me there if the moon went dark tonight?
Oh.
And if it all ended tomorrow, would you be the one on mine?
Oh my God. Oh my God. She's so fun. First of all, it must be the end of the world because they actually got through a whole song without pausing. Like wild. That never happens, right? Y'all, okay, first, I have so many thoughts going on at the same time. Okay, first of all, consistency queen. Okay, consistency queen, because how did I know before I even clicked on this song that she was going to have strings? Because literally in every project that I've heard from hers, the intro always has strings, except for Raindrops, because Raindrops had like nothing. She loves strings. So there were strings on this song, right? That's the first thing. And then it's like, this song is giving, what's that song? That's like, if the world was ending, you come over, right? You come over and you stay the night. That's what this is giving. It's giving like, if the world was ending, if everything was over tomorrow, if the sun, what did she say? If the sun stops shining, if the moon stops, whatever, would you be thinking about me? Because think about that, right? Like usually if somebody says, okay, if you were to know that the world will be over tomorrow, that you would die tomorrow, what would you do? You'd usually go out and do everything that you've always wanted to do, right? When that happens, if you know that the world is ending, you have to prioritize what are the things that are most important to you. And that's what you're going to spend your last moments doing. And so if a person crosses your mind when you know that it is about to be the end of your life, that's how you know that person is really important to you and that that's somebody that you actually really care about. And so she says, like, would I be that person? And the most important line at the end, she says, would you be the one on mine? Because it circles around, right? Because the song starts where she's saying, how can I tell if I'm in the right relationship? Aren't you really supposed to know that ish? I guess that she's questioning if this person is really right for her, how much she loves this person, because she said you're supposed to feel it in your bones and own that ish. I don't know. She sounds very uncertain. She says, I don't know. And in the end, she circles that back around. She says, would you be the one on mine? That's that uncertainty coming back around of like not knowing if she's really, I guess, fulfilled in this relationship, if this is really where she wants to be. Y'all, like, this is her intros always eat. They just eat. She's so good at intros. The writing on this song, the instrumentation on this song, as always, is just crazy. Just crazy. That was such a good start. Oh my gosh. And Eternal Sunshine. She's already talking about the sun and the moon. And she says eternal sunshine. But the song is talking about the end of the world. So, and she says that the sun stops shining or something like that. I can't even find it. I don't want to make this too long, y'all. But she says something about like if the sun stops shining. But the album's called Eternal Sunshine. Okay, listen. We're going to move on, okay? We're going to move on to the next song because we cannot spend so much time on this. That was such a good intro. Her intros just eat. Like, I don't even know what to say. They just always do. Okay, y'all, let's go to the next song. Oh, but that song is getting a heart. The song is getting a heart. And no, y'all, I haven't figured out how to heart songs on Apple Music yet. So we're still going in the old-fashioned way. All right, guys. The next song is Bye. Bye? We just started the project. She already saying bye to somebody? All right, let's get it. This is Bye.
Bye, bye.
And her voice, I haven't even talked about it. I mean, it sounds like it always does. Lost her voice where? I saw that. I heard that. People saying that. Lost her voice where?
This ain't the first time I've been hostage to these things.
Oh,
I can't believe
taking
I'm
it.
finally moving through my fears. At least I know how hard we tried, both you and me. Didn't we?
hold on. I have to turn this up. Why is it so low? Y'all, I love how she taps into such different sounds. This already sounds so different from the intro.
Just put up in the driveway. It's time. Bye bye.
It's so groovy. Oh my god.
Bye bye. It's over again.
Oh my gosh.
Bye bye.
What the heck? Oh, I can't wait to go through a breakup. I don't know who says that, but y'all, imagine being done with somebody and you are playing this song as you are packing your bags.
Usually I join you on the floor, but this dance ain't for me. But just turn the music up, maybe someday we'll look back with love. Didn't think
This
you'd
is so
notice me.
good.
Now it's just too late to choose me. My stuff quietly just put
Who, Courtney?
in the driveway. It's time. Bye bye, boy, bye. Bye bye. It's over again.
Hey, this is so groovy. It's over. And y'all know I've said this before. I love when like the instrumental kind of like follows what the artist does or like mimics what the artist does in a way or like sings it with the artist. So when she's like, it's over, the beat goes dun 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 dun. Just the little details like that.
Now it's certainly bittersweet. This look feels too hard to see.
This hook feels hard to
But
sing.
it's better than repeat.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Bye bye.
So is she saying like because it's like bye bye boy bye it's over. She's saying that feels too hard to sing because like it's hard to say goodbye. It's never the right time to say goodbye. It always feels really hard to say bye, but it's better than repeat. Like it's better to repeat the cycle that we've been going through. This needs to end. This needs to be over. It's really hard to say bye, but it's better to do that than to repeat what we've been doing. Oh my god. Sing it! It's over. See that? Burr, 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 burr. And then just play it out. Play it out, girlie.
It's over again. Bye bye. It's over again.
fact. She said, "This ain't the first time I've been hostage to these tears." Y'all, we're only on the second song. Why does it feel like her pen is just stronger? Like, it's probably way too early to say. But there's just been so many just moments where I'm just like, all right, listen. I can't talk about this right now. I can't believe I'm finally moving through my fears. I guess the fear of like leaving, the fear of walking away, the fear of being alone. But I'm finally moving through that. I got to, like, this has to be over. This has to be done. At least I know how hard we tried, both you and me. I'm guessing that she's talking about her husband. We already talked about that line where she says, like, this hook is like really hard to sing, but it's better than repeat. Which I love that, because like repeat sort of is like, I guess, like, you know, like in music, a hook repeats, right? It's just these little word plays that she has. This little, like, it feels like her pen is stronger. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And like the album just started. All right, listen. And the voice is there. Like I said, I don't know who was talking about her losing her voice. Where? Can you point it to me? Could you show me? And this is why, when you think about like sequencing, right? And in the first song, she's talking about, how do I know if I'm in the right relationship? Aren't you supposed to feel that ish? She's already having doubts right there. She was having doubts in the beginning. And then like, it's like this song, she finally understands, like, yeah, this has to be over. So she was questioning in the first song, and now she's like, oh yeah, this is over. It's done. Y'all, I love the grooviness of that song. I love how much it makes you want to dance, because it's actually sad. It's actually very sad, but she's making it so bright and fun and dancey. And it makes you feel like, you know, sunshine, because like it's bright and positive for some reason, somehow. All right, y'all, listen. This is so good so far. Her voice, her pen so far, just the concept of the first song, like the concept of tying the end of the world to like love and questioning how strong your relationship is. Like, this is just so good so far. All right. Don't Want to Break Up Again is the next song.
I fall asleep crying. You turn up the TV.
Come on.
Don't wanna hear me.
Oh no.
Sleepless night. Big day in the morning. So I take my time to self-soothe. I'm too much.
Hold on. What? He turns up the TV because he doesn't want to hear you crying. Oh yeah, it's over. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's bye. Bye. Yeah, the second song makes sense. Second song makes sense. Yeah. And the second song, she just tells you that she's leaving. And the third song, she tells you why. It's over.
No, don't. I don't wanna fuck with your head. It's breaking my heart to keep breaking yours again.
Oh my gosh.
This situation has to end.
I love this
But I
melody.
just can't refuse. I don't wanna break up again.
I love that melody.
I made it so easy. Spent so much on therapy. Blame my own codependency. But you didn't even try. When you finally did, it was at the wrong time. Won't abandon me again for you.
Y'all, the pen. The pen, she resupplied the ink. She resupplied the ink. This pen has been lethal. It feels so much stronger. Am I out of my mind? Y'all, like, her lyrics have always been good, but I don't know why it's hitting. It's hitting deeper than the past projects that I've listened to. Y'all, her saying, I made it so easy. Spent so much on therapy, blamed my own codependency. I was going to therapy trying to work on myself, but you weren't. And I was, you know, when you go to therapy, you start, you know, really like learning about yourself, being very introspective. And so now she has like this new perspective. She has more tools to find out how to make it work. But both of you guys have to be doing that. It cannot just be one of you, or it's not going to work. You didn't even try. And when you finally did, it was the wrong time. Like, when you finally did, I had already realized that this was not serving me anymore. I had already realized that I was too good for this. I won't abandon me again for you. Like.
I don't
I love this.
It's breaking my heart to keep breaking yours again. I wanna break up again. We're both young this time, so we say goodbye.
That's goodbye.
Just goodbye with tears in our eyes. Hope you won't regret me. Hope you'll still think fondly of a little lie.
That's so real. How many times have y'all felt that? Like when something is over, like, dang, I really hope that they don't ever regret this. I really hope that when they think about me, that they're thinking of me at least fondly. Like that's like the last wish that you can have in a relationship. That at least it wasn't so bad that you look back on me and be like, dang, like that was the worst parts of my life. That's so real. It's breaking my heart to keep breaking yours again. This melody, but I just can't refuse. Excuse me? Sorry, y'all. Ariana broke my computer, so I had to fix that. But I'm back. Yes. Oh my gosh. This situationship. And situationships really don't get regarded as like real relationships because like situationship, you never know where you stand. You don't really know what's going on. There's not like super duper strong cemented commitment there. I hope she's not talking about her marriage then, because imagine your marriage being a situationship. Oh my gosh. And she's like, just like, I know that this has to end because I don't want to break up again, because that's how situationships are. They're like so on and off and uncertain and questionable. And it's like, we cannot keep on breaking up. Like this just has to end. Like it's too much. It's too much. There's this line where she says, I'm too much for you. Like, and I don't want to mess up your head or whatever. She's like, I'm too much for you. And I just feel like that just takes me back for some reason to that lyric where she talks about crying and he turns up the TV so that he doesn't have to hear it. Like being too much, as in like being too emotional, being too in her head, being too just, you know, just like, but your partner is supposed to understand those things about you and work through those things with you, not just turn up the TV so that they don't have to hear you, not just ignore you. Like, oh my gosh. Like, this is actually very sad for an album called Eternal Sunshine. Where's the optimism? Where are we going to get there? I guess we'll probably get there later on. But oh my gosh, guys. That was another really good song. I love the melodies in that song. Y'all, this is just so good. I mean, so we understand the story at this point, right? The story is well laid out. The end of the world, the questioning of if this is the relationship for you, the buy of realizing this is not the relationship for you, the don't want to break up again, really, which I assume is just her kind of just like reflecting in her mind on the reasons that she left, you know, because sometimes once you leave, she sounded like real sure and bye. She's like, yep, gotta go, bye, bye, bye. And like the song's like super like dancey and stuff. But then sometimes you like question, like, did I make the right choice? Did I make the right decision? And it sounds like, and don't want to break up again, she's reflecting like, no, like this is hard. Yeah, but we can't keep doing this. We can't be in this merry-go-round anymore. We have to end this. And like, she's coming to that realization. She really understands that. Oh my gosh. That's another one. And Bye too. I didn't write down Bye too, but that's good too. Oh my God. Why is this so good? All right, guys. The next song is Saturn Returns. She's really tying this to like sunshine, planets, moon. I love that. It's giving NASA. All right, guys, let's get into Saturn Returns and see where else the story takes us.
When we're all born, Saturn's somewhere. And the Saturn cycle takes around about 29 years. That's when we've got to wake up and smell the coffee, because if we've just been sort of relying on our cleverness or relying, you know, just kind of floating along, Saturn comes along and hits you over the head. It's time for you to get real about life and sort out who you really are.
Okay, I didn't notice how short that song. When I clicked on it, I didn't even realize how short it was or that it wasn't a real song. I don't know know what this means. When we're all born Saturn somewhere. Like, is she talking about the planet Saturn, or Saturn have like another meaning? The Saturn cycle takes around 29 years. Okay. How old is Ariana? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Ariana's 30. And this Saturn thing takes around 29 years. Okay. That's when we got to wake up, smell the coffee. So it's like saying, if you just go about life kind of just like floating, not really caring, not really having any like grounding or centering, and you're kind of just like living your life very la-di-da-di-da, not really having any true realization of like who you are as a person, where you're going, who you want to be, then Saturn is going to come and like hit you over the head and tell you to wake up and get real about life, get real about your circumstances. I don't know what Saturn is, but I find it interesting that it says 29 and Ariana's 30. Is she trying to make the point that at around the age of 29, she hit a realization that she had to get real about herself and about her life and about her circumstances? I don't know if Saturn is some sort of like astrology, astrophysicist type of situation. I don't know. But I think that there's something very significant in that 29 years. And I think that she's saying at around 29 years, she had an epiphany. She had an awakening of realizing that this wasn't where she wanted to be. And I'm guessing I'm just going to tie that into her relationship of like realizing that she needed to wake up and smell the coffee and get real and stop just floating along and really like realize who you are and what you want. And so I think that she's trying to say that Saturn came around and woke her up. It's so interesting. I really like that as an interlude. I just don't know what Saturn is. But like, is it the planet? Is it the planet? But I find that so interesting. That's so interesting. That's such an interesting interlude. Yeah, at this point, it seems like she's just continuously like reaffirming things, right? Like she made the decision to say bye. And now she's like, just like reaffirming it in her head. Like they don't want to break up again. The Saturn return. She's like reaffirming this. It seems like she's like reflecting on why she left and how this is going to be good for her and how she needed to wake up. And now we see where else this takes us. Guys, the next song is Eternal Sunshine, which is the title track. Come on, sing.
I don't care what people say. We both know I couldn't change you. I guess you could say the same.
Oh my God.
Can't read the rain.
That beat when that beat came in, I'm so sorry, that hit me. I don't know why. It just hit me. I don't even know why. All right.
It's truth, I've never seen someone lie like you do. So much even you start to think it's true. Ooh, get me out of this loop.
Oh, sing!
Yeah, so now we play our separate scenes. Now she's in my bed, laying on your chest. Now I'm in my head, wondering how it ends.
No. We're not just gonna skirt past that. She's in your bed. Whoo! Now we're playing our separate scenes, which I love because she's getting to this whole like Broadway thing. Is it Broadway? No, it's like whatever movie she's doing, right? And she's like, we're playing our separate scenes. And that's funny because she was just talking about how this person like lies and acting is not really like lying, but you're not being who you are, right? We're playing our separate scenes. And now she's laying in my bed, laying on your chest. Who is... How do you have Ariana Grande and you still want something else? What else do you want? And then she's like, let me be the first to say I'm sorry. You got another girl laying in my bed. I'm not saying I'm sorry for nothing. Bye. For what?
The first to say I'm sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons, all my lies. Let you play me like Atari.
What's Atari?
I'm looking in a mirror. Hope you feel alright when you're in her. I found a good boy and he's on my side. You're just my eternal sunshine, sunshine. So I close it and move. Yeah. So now we play separate scenes. Now he's in your bed and laying on my chest. And I'm supposed to say I'm sorry.
Girl, for what?
Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons, all my lies. Let you play me like Atari.
I don't know what that is.
Looking in a
That's wild. That's insane. And then the chorus.
Break, can't shake this.
Hey, hey. Oh, oh. Bro, what did I tell y'all? She knows how to make a song so interesting. This girl don't never sing in a straight line. She never keeps a song too much of the same. Like, you never listen to a song of hers and the entire thing is just sang in the same way. And like, she knows at what point she needs to switch it up, at what point she needs to switch up the melody, at what point she needs to add a new dynamic to give the song more seasoning, give the song more hills, more, you know, texture. She just knows when she needs to like change it up. The song never gets boring because she always adds another way of singing it, another way of delivering it. Like, this is crazy. This is insane. Nuts.
Now it's like I'm looking in a mirror.
Hey!
Hope you feel alright.
That's right! Deep breaths, tight chest, life, death. Do y'all understand this woman's pen? Like, do y'all understand how insane this actually is? Like, okay, listen to me right now. Even just this tiny thing, right? I don't know if she meant to do this, but I feel like she did, right? She says, deep breaths, tight chest, life, death. Obviously, like, deep breaths, tight chest are like symptoms of like heartbreak, symptoms of stress, symptoms of what your loved one can put you through if things go wrong. But the fact that she then says life, death, because like those are also symptoms of dying, like deep breaths, tight chest. And then speaking of that other song, I can't remember what song it was. She says the line, like, it's hard repeating the hook, or like the hook is like hard to sing. Cause you know, like it has to repeat. So you have to keep singing it again and again. For her to literally be saying again and again, for her to put in the hook that you like, hope you feel all right when you're in her. I don't know how she's able to repeat that. Speaking of hard things to repeat, I don't know how she was able to repeat that. Y'all, what's Atari? I feel like I need to look this up. I'm guessing it's just like a game. Y'all let me know in the comment section what Atari means. And if there's like another, like, if it's like a double entendre thing going on. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I don't know what to say at this point. And then the line that sticks out the most to me is, you're just my eternal sunshine. At first I didn't know what that meant. Still not sure if I know 100% what that means. But I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking, what if that means, because she said, I found a good boy and he's on my side. But you're just my eternal sunshine. So he's the good boy. He's on my side. You're just my eternal sunshine. The way that she phrases it makes it seem like it's something that's not good, right? Because like, this is the good boy and you're just this. So it's something not good. I'm starting to, I think, low-key like putting the pieces of Eternal Sunshine together, because thinking about not good, right? I literally just said, this album has been very sad for an album called Eternal Sunshine, right? Like, it's sad, and Eternal Sunshine sounds optimistic, but it's really not, right? So I'm starting to get the feeling like Eternal Sunshine is not really a good thing. So something about Eternal Sunshine is not the greatest thing. I'm going to keep listening to figure out like really what it is, but I don't think it's as positive as it sounds or as it seems. But y'all, that's another song that I really like. And y'all know me, like, if this is your first time being here, for me, songs that I heart, songs that I write down are the ones that stick out to me amongst everything else. But I like all these songs. So I feel like I kind of have to I have to make my scale more strict, like, of the songs that get written down. I think I have to make it more strict now. I just don't, oh my God, that's another song that I really like. I don't know what to do. I feel like I can't like all of them. This never happened before. I don't know what to think. Y'all, I just was not expecting this. I don't know. Like, this is just so vulnerable. It's just so vulnerable. And I hope that she gets even more specific. Like, really, like I really like when she said, crying, and like he turns up the TV so that he doesn't have to hear it. Like, I like that specificity. I want her to get even more specific, but this pen has just been so good so far. All right. The next song is Supernatural. Let's get it.
Don't want nobody else around me. Just need you.
I knew it was gonna hit. I knew it was gonna hit.
Like the only thing that I see. It's crystal clear and I want you to come claim it. I do. But
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to pause real quick, but I have to say real quick. She said it's crystal clear. Isn't that such a difference from the first song where she's not sure, but now she's sure?
what you waiting for? Yeah, want you to name it. I do. Want you to make it your
Like taking his last name.
like supernatural skies possessing me.
Oh my god. What is happening? Don't fight it, girl. Girl, come on. This sounds like sonically. What the heck is this? I don't know what it is about this song sonically. It's just making me just like want to move, just like like I just feel it in my soul, in my spirit. Here she goes again. Hold on. You can go back a couple seconds. Y'all, I just can't. Listen to this, like moon needs a star. There she goes again. Sun, moon, stars. It just makes me just want to touch yourself.
It's like supernatural skies possessing me. But I don't mind it.
I love that little. Is it like falsetto? Y'all know I'm not technically musically inclined, but it's giving like a little like falsetto moment, like it's taken over me, like and over this instrumental. This is just. I'm already writing this down. Wait a minute, BK back in. Yo. Yes, get the high note like that. Come on. Sing it. Those high notes at the end were exactly what it needed. It was exactly what it needed. The ending of a perfect song. Y'all, it's something about. It was the instrumental. It was the falsettos. It's taking over me. Like that was just hitting. And then like the way that at the like towards the end the beat like comes back in. She hits it with the high notes. It was exactly what it needed. This is I just y'all. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say because I feel like it's too soon. I'm not gonna say it. But oh my gosh. Also, this line where she says, no, I don't even mind at all. I think what she's trying to say is like, of course, like I feel like it's a double entendre because I feel like she's saying, I don't mind. Like, I like this. I don't mind it. But I think that she's also saying, I don't mind because like she doesn't even have to think about it. Right? Like she doesn't even have to think about it. It's just second nature. It's like supernatural. Like she's talking about like, this is insane. She's probably never felt this before. In the first song, she's talking about how with this other person, she's wondering if this is the right relationship. But now she's like, this is just so easy and I'm so sure of this that it's almost supernatural. I've never experienced this feeling of just feeling like this is just second nature. What do you do? What are we doing, Ariana? In the first song, she mentions that she can't stop thinking about this encounter that she had like 5 weeks prior, which I feel like is this person. She's like, I can't stop thinking about this encounter that I had. And she's putting her other relationship into question. And now we're here where she's like, she's actually like really falling for this person. She's like, listen, I want you to claim it. I want you to name it. And by name it, I feel like she means like put like a label on this. Like name what this is. Like let's not question this. Put an actual name on what this is. But at the same time, like maybe exchange last names. It could be. Okay. Y'all, this is like such good sequencing. The sequencing on this project is making so much. The story is just crystal clear. Shout out to that line that she just said in that song. It's crystal clear. The next song is called True Story. It's called True Story. I'm scared. Y'all, why is this so good? I'm so scared. Like, I'm not over exaggerating. Y'all can try to say I'm over exaggerating as much as you want. Music just excites me, and this is exciting me because this is good. I'm sorry if you don't feel the same. I'm sorry. But I've been listening to Ariana's projects back to back to back over the last couple of weeks. And they've all been so good, but it's something about this that's hitting so hard. All right, y'all. I'll talk about it later. Next song is True Story. Let's see what we get from this.
This is a true story about all the lies you fantasize about you and I. This is a true story about all the games I know you play. No, this is not what I need. Give me love, love, give me love. Not what I want. Give me love, love. Ain't gonna happen to me. Give me love, 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 love. I'll play the villain if you need me to. I know how this goes, yeah. I'll be the one you play the scene. Roll the cameras, please.
There she goes again with that movie stuff.
Sneaking like a creep in the night. But I'll play whatever part you need me to.
I'm sorry, y'all, but here she goes again, like tying all this movie stuff. Like I'm guessing because like she's in this movie now. She's tying all this music stuff, and she's like, I guess saying like this person's like gaslighted because she's like, yeah, I'll play the villain if you need me to, and she's like, I'll play whatever role you need me to play. No, girl, don't do it.
No, this is not what I need.
Ah!
Not what I want.
Yes.
Ain't gonna happen to me.
Come on.
I'll play the bad girl if you need me to. If it makes you feel better.
What is this bass doing?
Can't relate too much on my plate. See it in your eyes.
Y'all, I don't know if this is the bass. Y'all know, like I said, I'm not technically inclined, but whatever the heck this thing is about, it's like boom, 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 boom. I love when the instrumental has a personality, child. This instrumental has a personality. Oh my God.
But I'll play whatever part you need me to, and I'll be good in it too. This is a true
I'll be good in it.
story about all the lies you fantasize about you and I. I know this is not what I need.
I love that.
I want.
Come on.
Ain't gonna happen to me.
Come on.
Give me love, not what I want. And not what I need.
Stop.
Ain't gonna happen
You're gonna
to me.
stop. Come on.
Give me love.
Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Get the heck out of here. Come on. Them vocals at the end. Oh, she knows what she needs to bring the vocals in at the end. Okay, so when she says this is a true story, I'm wondering if maybe she's saying like story as in the fact that like movies tell stories. So I wonder if she's trying to say we are like this is the story. Like we're playing the roles in this story. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I don't know if that like makes sense. Movies tell stories, and she's talking about how they're playing parts. I'll play the villain in this story. And so this is the true story about all the lies and things like that. I don't know if I made that make sense. I hope that I did. I think that that's what she's trying to say. One thing that I feel like would have really, really made the song like even better is if she would have like been more specific. Like I said, I love specificity, y'all, and her pen has been eating. The one thing I would ask of it is that it like is like a bit more specific, like with actual examples of like what went on. I know some artists try not to get super specific because they want it to be like very relatable to everyone, which I get. But I would love if just like I said, I'm going back to that same line where she was talking about how like she was crying and like the guy like turns up the TV so he doesn't have to hear it. That's what I mean by like specific examples. So I would love if like she would have detailed like how they were playing these roles. Like, give me like a situation, like if in one of the verses she would have given me a situation in which she felt that she had to play the villain, or a situation where she felt like she had to act in a different way than how she actually wanted to act in a situation. Y'all know what I mean? Like, detail me like a specific moment when that happened. But this is still like such a good song. Instrumentally, I love that. It sounded dark, didn't it? Like, it low-key sounded dark, dramatic, which makes sense because she's talking about drama. She's talking about movies. She's talking about drama. That was a really good song. And the end, like I said, when she brought the vocals in, that was amazing. Love the instrumental. Like I said, love the darkness, the dramatics of it all. Love that thing in the back that was like, boom, boom, whatever the heck it was doing. That was such a good song. All right, guys. And the thing is, too, because, like, have you guys ever seen, like, plays or whatever, or, like, the beginning of a book? It will always be, like, sometimes I've heard stories will be like, this is the true story of when blah, blah, blah. You ever heard that? Like a narrator in a play, or like at the beginning of a book will be like, this was the true story of when blah, blah, blah happened. And I love how she's making it seem like this is low-key like a film. Like, you're listening to it and it low-key feels like a film. Like, this is the true story of this and that. And I played the bad girl and I played the villain to make him feel better. Like, I just, the imagery that it was painting in my mind, I really like that song. All right, guys, the next song is Boy Is Mine, which I immediately just think about Brandy and Monica, but I know that that's not what this is. Oh, come on.
Can it be you and me?
What?
To be, can't unsee it, but
What
I don't
the
wanna
heck?
cross the scene. I'm usually so unproblematic.
There she goes with singing again.
Independent, tell me why. 'Cause the boy is mine.
What is this thing? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Is that a synth, whatever the heck is in the background that's making all that, like that, right? That sound that be in the back. That thing has, again, the personality in the instrumental. This instrumental has personality. What did I tell y'all about how she never sings in a straight line? The way that she's delivering these lines, she's like all over the place. The structure is all over the place. Give it. The start? There she goes again. Divine. I love that. Bum, 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 bum. Of her projects, she always knows how to sing on certain instrumentals. Like, there are certain instrumentals where you have to come in singing with a certain style, and she just always knows how to match the instrumental. This instrumental craves for a certain style of singing, and she just always knows how to match it. It's crazy. She's just so seasoned. Oh, and it slows down. It's like, I don't know why that lyric where she says, I can't believe my mind, reminds me of Pete Davidson. I brought you into my life. Look at my mind. I don't know why they just brought me back to that. But yo, this album is sonically a masterpiece. Like, all these different songs on this album, the way they either make me want to dance, or like they make me want to, it always sounds weird when I say this, but like low-key like touch myself. Like, I don't know, like they make me just want to like vibe and just like like sonically this is like so, this is a masterpiece. Like I said, I love how she keeps on saying like things like stars, sun, moon, Saturn, because eternal sunshine. She keeps tying all this stuff in. It reminds me so much of NASA for some reason. I don't really know what else to say about that song. It's so good sonically. It just makes you want to just dance. The next song is Yes and. I'm still trying to like fix my I'm still trying to get myself together. All right, the next song is Yes and. Y'all know how I feel about this song. Y'all already know, like we've already reacted to this. Y'all know how I feel about this song. And so we're going to do what we always do with songs that we've heard before. We're just going to listen to a little bit and then we're going to move on. Just listen to it, vibe out, move on. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to act a fool with the song like I usually do. I haven't decided yet, but here we go.
In case you haven't noticed, but everybody's tired.
Boy, come on, put your lipstick on. Come on and walk this way through the fire.
And if you find yourself in a dark situation, just
Turn on your light and be live.
and say that shit with your chest.
Hey.
And my tongue is sacred, I speak upon what I like. Protected, sexy, discerning with my time. Why do you care so much? Was I right? Why?
Oh my gosh. Well, so much for playing a little bit of that song. I played all that song. Y'all know how I feel about that song. Oh my gosh. I know a lot of people have mixed reviews on that song. It's not a lyrical masterpiece, okay? It's not super lyrically deep or anything. But guys, I feel like it's just a good song to just vibe out to and just have fun. No? No? Like, I just feel like it's just so much fun. That song is making a lot of sense now. Obviously, when I first heard it, I knew that she was probably talking about her new relationship. That's why she says, why do you care so much who's D.I., right? You know? But I also feel like she was probably talking about, you know, people talking about her divorce. And, you know, she detailed earlier in this album that, like, she felt like she tried. She tried so hard. She went to therapy. She did all these things. She tried. And it just didn't work out. So she's just like, listen, mind your business. You weren't in my relationship. You don't know what went down. You know, she's also talking about her body, things of that nature. Listen, we don't have to get too much into detail on that. We already listened to the song and talked about it then. But, you know, it just makes sense. Because when you look at the sequencing of this project, you know, and her talking about the breakup, whatever, but now finding this new guy and like really liking this new guy, her saying yes and is probably, you know, at the point where, okay, she's with this new guy now. There's all this press and media going around. And that's just a song where she's just like, listen, mind your business. Mind your business. And it just makes sense story-wise because she's literally like telling the story. And it's literally all making sense. It's all tying together. Sequencing-wise, it just makes sense. It's all in perfect order. Like, it just makes sense. All right, guys. Moving on. We can't be friends. Wait for your love. I'm guessing that maybe she's going to talk about how, like, she can't be friends with this person. Like, she needs to be more than friends. That's what I'm guessing. All right. Let's go. We can't be friends. And we're slowing it down.
How could you ever even try? I don't wanna tiptoe, but I don't wanna hide. But I don't wanna feed this monstrous fire.
Yeah.
Just wanna let this story die, and I'll be alright. We can't be friends.
Oh.
I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your pain.
cling to your papers and pens and wait till you love me again? I just had an idea, but I want to keep listening to it to make sure that I'm right. Okay, play it.
We sit in silence. Baby girl, it's just me.
I love that detail of stopping in silence. You hear the little cars in the back.
Cause I don't wanna argue, but I don't wanna bite my tongue. Yeah, I think I'd rather die. You got me misunderstood.
Rather die than be silenced.
But at least I look this good. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. I'll wait for your love. I'll wait for your love.
Sonically, this album is just crazy.
Know that you made me.
Oh, come on!
I don't like how you paid me, yet I'm still here hanging. Know what you made me. It's something like a daydream, but a few so seen in the night. Wait for your love. I'll wait for your love.
The strength! The strength! This album makes me want to do things I can't do, y'all. I live in a complex. I can't be screaming like this. Listen, this song is so interesting because I've been trying to understand what she's trying to say, right? So she says we can't be friends. And before I clicked on the song, I thought that she was talking about like this new guy. Like she's saying like, listen, we can't just be friends. I want to be more than that. But I'm starting to wonder if she's talking about her ex. Because she says I just want to let this story die, right? So like clearly to me, that's what points out that she must be talking about her ex. Because obviously she doesn't want the story to die with like this new person, you know? I love this little lyric right here. I don't want to feed this monstrous fire. I just want to let the story die because like fire kills. And I think that she's saying like, I don't want to keep feeding this fire, just like letting the flames grow bigger and bigger and bigger. I just want it to just die, like just end, right? And I'll be all right. We can't be friends, right? So it definitely sounds like she's talking about her ex and like moving on. When she said you cling to your papers and pens, in my mind, I thought she was talking about divorce papers. Like you cling to your papers and pens. And maybe she is. And she says, wait till you like me again. That's another thing that's so interesting. She says, wait till you like me again. And then she says, I'll wait for your love. And love and like are two different things, right? Wait until you like me again. Like is more on the terms of like friendship. Like maybe one day you'll like me again, which makes sense. But then she says, I'll wait for your love. So now I'm like, why do you want love from this person? And then you say we can't be friends. So that's the thing that I'm confused about, right? Because I'm pretty sure she's talking about her ex because she wants the story to die. But she said you cling to your papers and pet. Wait until you like me again. I'll wait for your love. Wait for your love sounds like a person that you want to be romantic with. But she doesn't because she's done with this person. She's over this person. She's moving on. If she is talking about like divorce papers and like talking about we can't be friends, again, the sequencing of it is just so good, right? Because she says bye, like the second track is bye, right? But we all know like at the end of a marriage, it's not just as simple as goodbye. You have to actually go through the process of divorce. And that takes a while sometimes. I think before her marriage was like officially like done and sealed legally, I think she met this other guy, right? So it would make sense that she says bye to this person. It's over. She meets this new person. But now we're getting to the point where it's coming back around with like the papers. And it's like the question of, can we be friends? Can we actually be friends someday in some lifetime? It makes sense still. Like the sequencing of it still makes sense because divorce is like a long process. And she could have went through all this and like meeting this other guy, but the papers still got to go through. But that's just me. That's just what I interpreted from this. Y'all let me know how y'all interpret this. I'm a little confused still on like the wait for your love. Sounds like you want something romantic with this person, but she's done with this guy. So I don't know what she means by that. Y'all let me know down in the comments. I feel like I have an idea what eternal sunshine can mean now, but I'm still holding off a little bit until like I feel like I know for sure. Next song is I Wish I Hated You. Let's go.
Hung all my clothes in the closet you made. Your shoes still in boxes. I
Made the closet.
away, hoping life brings you no new pain. I rearrange my memories. I try to rewrite our life.
I love how she chops that up.
No matter how I try to.
Oh, this is so beautiful already. Alright.
I wish I hated you.
Yo.
I wish that weren't true. Wish there was worse to you. Wish you were worse to me. Yeah, I wish I hated you. Our shadows dance in a parallel plane.
Alright, stop it.
Just two different
Stop it. Stop it.
You learn to
Oh my god,
repair.
stop it. Shut up. Shut the door. First of all, didn't I just tell y'all that I wanted her to give me a little bit more specificity? Her starting it off with like I hung the clothes in the closet that you made. I sent the shoes. That's what I mean. It's being a little more specific. But guys, this the lyrics right here. Hold on. First of all, I completely understand what she's saying. I wish I hated you. Because like it would just be so much easier to move on, right? If you were worse to me, if you treated me worse, which girl, I don't know what you mean, because if that lyric is the same guy talking about him being in another woman, I think that's about the worst that he could do to you. Like, I think that he's done enough. You don't think that he's done enough, girl? But okay. Anyways, I completely understand. I feel like I'm just like wishing that this person did something worse to you so it would be easier to move on if you hated this person and you could just like curse the day that they were born. But if they weren't that bad to you, that is kind of hard to move on. Listen, these lines right here, our shadows dance in a parallel plane. Just two different endings you learn to repair. What the heck are you talking about? In a parallel plane, two different endings. Because if you're parallel, you have two different endings. You're not connected. You're like, there's a space in between you. And you are moving. And like, the different direction. I can't with her. I can't. What did she do with her pen during this break, over these years? Like, oh my god. I like how there's this repetitiveness. No matter.
How easy things could be if I did. And
No matter.
how guilty I still feel saying it.
And now she's gonna get repetitive again.
You.
I wish.
I wish
wish.
that weren't true.
Wish.
Wish there was worse to you.
Yeah, like I absolutely know exactly what she's talking about when she says that. Like just wishing that this person was just a piece of crap so that you could hate them. But when they didn't do anything that bad and you just are growing in different directions, which is what it sounds like. That's literally what she said. She said, what she says, our shadows dance in parallel plane. Two different endings. She says two different endings, which makes it feel like she's trying to say we're two different people going in two different directions and we want different things out of life is what it sounds like, right? And so when you've established that like we're not meant to be anymore, we're two different people and we're growing in two different directions, that's when it's like hardest to move on, because it's like you didn't do anything wrong, so I can't hate you or despise you. And I feel like it's so much easier to like get over somebody when like you could just hate them because you feel like there's still something more to salvage out of it, right? If the person was horrible, you know that you have to leave. But if they weren't horrible, it's like, well, shouldn't I stay? Isn't there more to this? Can't we save it? Isn't there something else that can be done? It's just harder to move on. But she says we're two different endings. Like, so we have to, like, this is just not okay anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, it's just, the story just makes so much sense. I love how she slowed that one down too. Made it a little softer. Because, oh my gosh, like, yeah, that really is such a crazy thing. You hear stories like, you hear songs like Bye. You hear songs like True Story. You hear songs like that and it feels like, yeah, no, obviously, girl, you need to leave. Like, yes, power to you. Let's dance as you walk out the door with your bags. But then you hear songs like Wish I Hated You and it's like, oh, like there's still a part of your heart that like wonders and still low-key misses it. And so I love how she slowed it down there. Next song, y'all, is Imperfect for You. Let's get it. Okay.
My boy, come take my hand. Throw your guitar and your clothes in the back.
I love how she says guitar because it starts with the guitar.
My love, they don't understand, but I'll hold your hurt in the box here beside.
Hold your hurt in the box.
How could we know we'd rearrange all the cosmos?
Cosmos, there we go with the theme.
Fucked up, anxious, too much, but I love you like you need me to.
Oh, come on.
Perfect for you, messy, completely deep, stressed, but I'm not like that since I met you. Imperfect for you.
Oh, I love the way she sings that.
Cause there's just a few seconds left till tomorrow. Let's leave our baggage and wine at the table.
Our baggage.
How could we know?
I love that because like she's saying like we get in the guitar, like we get in the car, like go throw your guitar in the car and like we got a few seconds till tomorrow. Like she makes it sound like they're traveling, like they're moving somewhere. And she says, let's leave our baggage and wine at the table. But I feel like low-key she's also talking about like emotional baggage. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on, Pen. Come on, Pen.
That this was a happy disaster. I'm glad we crashed and burned. I'll never forget when you told me. You said you.
Oh yeah, now turn it back on him. Turn it back. I love that. And now we
anxious too much, but I love you like you need me to.
I mean, yeah, two people who are imperfect have a bunch of flaws because they're imperfect, but when they come together, they aren't like that anymore. And that's how they know they're perfect for each other. I love how she starts the song saying, I'm usually effed up, anxious, too much. And then the next time she says, you're usually effed up, anxious. And the end she says, we are usually effed up, anxious. But when we're together, that's just not a thing anymore. We're so imperfect for each other. The song just sounded so different sonically. I don't know if it was the guitar or what it was, but it just sounded so different sonically. I loved it. It gave almost like, for a second, it felt like a little bit like country. A little country for a second, but like not really. It was just, that was so good sonically. I can't explain why. I know I'm not technical with music. I can't explain what exactly it was. They made it sound so different sonically. But I got so like irritated at the end because of how good this song sounded. We're moving on to the last song. And then I will say my thoughts that I've been holding in for after the song is over. The song is called Ordinary Things featuring Nana. Aww. Okay, guys. It's the last song. Okay, savor the moment. Okay, here we go. Oh, this sounds so dark.
We could go pop all the champagne in California. We could have omakase in Tokyo if you wanna. Hypothetically, we could do anything. After a long day, you hit like my biggest fan. When I hear what the critique
I told y'all she be having so much swag on songs. So much swag, the way that she rides like the little beat. Sometimes she like adds like a little bit of rap in there. This is not like super like rap, but you know what I'm saying. It's like she has like a bit of a cadence sometimes when she sings things.
like my biggest fan. When I hear what the critiques say, you hit just like a green
Love
light.
that.
When I'm stuck running real late, I don't need no time. It's just your time.
Come on.
No matter what we do, there's never gonna be an ordinary thing. No ordinary things for you.
Yes.
Ordinary thing, ordinary things.
It sounds so magical.
And when he'd come home and I'd see him and if this gets off that train, it was like God Almighty arrived. It was like seeing daylight. I mean, I could have
Daylight.
left a million times, you know, it's not that we never fought. You can overcome that. Never go to bed without kissing goodnight.
They always say that.
It's the worst thing to do. Don't ever do that. And if you can't and if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you're in the wrong place. Get out.
Oh. This little insert from Nana at the end was absolutely perfect. When he first got off the train, it was like God Almighty arrived. Can you imagine anything more powerful to say about someone? It was like seeing daylight, eternal sunshine. It was like seeing daylight. That ending was just absolutely perfect because I do feel like it really does wrap things up. This last line is so powerful. You're in the wrong place, get out. Like, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you're in the wrong place, get out. And I feel like it ties so well into this because she just got done singing this love song about this person. So clearly, like, she actually feels like the amazing things with this person. And she probably would feel comfortable every night kissing goodnight with this person. But in her last relationship, the ones that she was talking about in the first couple songs, she probably didn't. And that's why it says you're in the wrong place, get out. Because the whole point is that this new person is the right place and this old person was not. And what did she do? She got out. It was just the perfect way to close this. The perfect way to close this. And you know, like with her Nana, so it's so sentimental. That's so sweet. I love how in this song as well, to talk about the actual song, how, you know, she's just saying like things that would be like considered ordinary, I guess, for like a celebrity. That like, you know, you're popping champagne in California. We could have omakase in Tokyo. I don't know what that is, but like I guess if you consider it ordinary to be in Tokyo, it would be for Ariana. Hypothetically, we could do anything we like. You know, we could hit up the slopes and matching snowsuits. Like, she's just naming all these things that she, I guess, perceives as ordinary. But nothing is ordinary anymore now that I'm with you. Everything is on a whole nother level of specialness. Everything is so much more significant, so much more beautiful, so much more bright now that I have you in my life. Nothing is normal anymore. She's in love. She's in love. This girl is in love. I talk a lot every time I get done with like an Ariana album about like how all her albums are a bit optimistic. This one was actually very sad. And it's called Eternal Sunshine. You would think that title out of all her albums would be the happiest title. I thought this whole thing was just going to be about love and how this person was like her eternal sunshine. But it's not. It's sad. But what I was thinking during it was that maybe by eternal sunshine, what she means is like even when life does its thing, which is rain, hell, even when life is really sad, the sun always rises every single morning, right? Life continues to go on. You could be in the worst possible place in your life. You could be in war and the sun will still come up in the morning over and over again. It is eternal. As long as there's life, the sun is rising. And I think that maybe that's what she means, is that even though she went through this such difficult time, the world still goes on, life still goes on, and there's still always rays of sunshine. She found someone else. Like, this story didn't end off on a sad note. It didn't end off with her being heartbroken and lonely. She found someone else. It's like, it's super sad, but it also had the silver lining. It also, life kept going on, and she was able to find the happiness. She was able to find the sunshine again. You always come back up. There's always something else beautiful that's waiting on the other side of the rainbow. Didn't she put in her bio on Instagram, somewhere over the rainbow? When does the rainbow come? After it rains. After it rains, after it pours, you get a rainbow. I may not have put this explanation into perfect words, but I hope that y'all are understanding what I mean. This wasn't eternal sunshine as in everything is positive and everything went great and everything went smoothly. No, it was hell. It was a storm, but she got over it. She got through it. The sun always rises. There's always another day. You can always find the rays of hope and light in even the darkest of times. And she found it. She found it by the end. Closing with Ordinary Things. She found it. This album, to me, not gonna lie, this just reaffirms that I was so wrong about Ariana when I first started my journey. I didn't think I was gonna like Ariana as much as I do. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I thought we were just gonna listen to her albums. It was gonna be like a bunch of poppy songs that I could dance to and have fun to. You know, probably save some of my playlists because they're fun to dance to. But the way that I found that she's so vulnerable and deep and open, that she has more than just the poppy sounds, that she actually has so many sounds. She has so much to say. She has so much of a story. And this album to me, I feel like just reaffirmed. It just reaffirmed to me in all the ways that I was wrong about who she is as an artist. I think that this was such an amazing project. The sounds, there was such a different variety in sounds. Her pen has been worked on. So many little things that she said that I was just like, oh my gosh, like that line was amazing. The line was beautiful. The way that she makes little callbacks to certain things, the way that she tied in all this stuff about sun, moon, stars, the way that it told a story so sequentially, that it told the story and made it so clear to me what she was trying to say. The only, song that I really, really have questions about is We Can't Be Friends, which I asked y'all to let me know how y'all feel about that song, what you think. There's no song on this album that I dislike, absolutely none. And I will tell y'all, I told y'all in the last album which song I disliked when we reacted to Sweetener. I told y'all what song I don't like. I will tell y'all if I don't like a song. There's obviously songs in here I like better than others. There's no song that I dislike. There's no bad song on this project, in my mind, in my opinion. The way that she tied in little stuff pertaining to movies, like it was just like, what, girl? My favorite tracks, I liked all these. I low-key felt like I need to be more strict about which ones I wrote down because I didn't want to write every single song down. But I had End of the World, Bye, Don't Want to Break Up Again, Eternal Sunshine, Supernatural, Wish I Hated You, and Imperfect for You. That's 7 songs out of 13. And obviously, like, I didn't add like Saturn Returns because it's like just an interlude. It's not a real song. I feel like Ordinary Things will probably make its way potentially. As of right now, those were the ones that I feel like were just like super, super, super stood out over everything else to me. But these were all so good. The only critique that I can make is what I said before. It's just that, like, sometimes I wish that she'd be like a little bit more specific and giving examples. Like, I really want to know like specifics of like what were some things that happened that made you feel the way that you are trying to convey in the song. Maybe it's just like super personal for her. Maybe she doesn't want to give a specific detail because it's just too personal. But I do just love specificity. That's why that line about the TV like really stood out to me, because it was so specific and I love specificity. But it's fine. It's fine. That would be like the one thing that I would ask for that to me would make this an absolute perfect project. But this was still just so great. This to me feels so different from like the other albums, and I can't say, you know, what's best. I've only been sitting with this one. I just listened to this. Sweetener, I just posted my reaction earlier this week. I just listened to Positions like 11 days ago. Like literally, I can't say. But this one I feel like just feels different. And maybe it's just because it's so present, so like it's so relevant as to what's going on right now. Maybe that's why. I was very critical of Ariana when I heard what I heard in the press. Y'all were telling me in my comment section like those things have been disproven or whatever. I was very skeptical about all of it. I still don't know what happened behind the scenes. But hearing her story, I hope that at least maybe broadens people's perspective so they can try to see things from a different lens, you know? I hope that maybe it like broadens it more. I wish that she had more songs in here. Maybe like a singular song, maybe just like one song about how she felt about the media saying what they were saying, and maybe talking about her truth a little bit more, saying more of her truth, speaking her piece so we could really hear her side of it. But maybe she was just like, I just want to leave it alone. I'm happy. That's all that matters. I don't care what the media thinks about it. I think that it would have been cool, but maybe she was just like, listen, I don't care what the media thinks. I'm just doing me. And maybe that's enough for her. And that's fine. I could sit here and talk about it all day. I really could, but this video is already way too long. I really could sit here and talk about this all day. This was really just so good. And I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to this album with me. This was just great. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and watching it. If you made it all the way to the end, I don't know how you made it here, but thank you so much for actually listening and experiencing this album with me. It was super fun. I hope that y'all had a blast as well. If you guys liked my reaction today, you want to be a part of the rest of my Ariana journey because we have so much more left to go, please hit that subscribe button and stick around. Please like this video if you like this video so it can get out to more people. And just Ariana, who would have expected I like her this much? Not me! Y'all see it coming, not me! Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I will see you later. Bye!